From London to Victoria, dozens of island athletes returned from this summer's Olympic Games with unforgettable memories and even some beautiful hardware. And for many of those athletes, their quest for excellence started here. Saanich Commonwealth Pool is one of those places you either don't get to often or you take for granted. But when it comes to our top athletes, the pool has played a major part in their success. And now the story of the best in swimming, diving and water polo has a new chapter.
This is certainly a place of pride for our government. We want to encourage sport and physical activity for all British Columbians.
When the pool was first built for the Commonwealth Games back in 1994, it came with a promise of enough money to subsidize high-performance athletes and those heading that way. It was a legacy fund to help them train and excel without the burden of hefty user fees.
Between all the teams, between the high-performance swim teams, with water polo being here, with the diving and the triathlon, how many hours in a year are booked? And if those hours aren't discounted, then we simply can't afford to do it.
The 1994 trust fund was supposed to last until 2020, but with interest rates being so low, that money has now dried up. So Saanich Mayor Frank Leonard went to the two senior levels of government looking for funding, and he came up with more than $1 million.
The funds really were running short the past 2 years. Saanich has been part of the kind of bridge the gap for the past couple of years, and we're really pleased now that we'll fulfill the commitment to 2019.
So with $750,000 from both the province and the federal government's Own the Podium Fund, parents like Mark Lancaster can breathe a little easier.
The amount of pool time that is used by all the kids in the sports, it seems like it's a lot of pool time used, so it is a lot of money being spent here, and if it's at a reasonable rate, it's a great benefit.
The $1.5 million subsidy is significant. The high-performance clubs pay just under $5 per lane per hour, compared to the more than $13 for other clubs, something triathlete Simon Whitfield says helped him get to 4 Olympic Games.
I moved to Victoria because I had access to the training facility, and as a 21-year-old, I certainly did not have the funds to be paying full bore every day, 7 days a week to come to the pool. So funds like this make it possible.
And without this funding, the district of Saanich would have 2 choices, neither of which the mayor was very keen on.
It would have been a very awkward conversation with the user groups to try and raise the fees, because there was a 25-year promise, but it would have been a very awkward conversation with our Saanich taxpayers to raise taxes to provide the facility at a reduced rate. So it was a problem I didn't want to solve that way.
The Canadian Sports Centre Pacific says the funding is crucial, and without it, athletes would have felt the impact right away. Now, South Island swimmers can start looking towards 2016 with nothing more than hard work and big dreams on their minds. In Saanich, I'm Nikki Ewanyshyn.